just didn't give it time enough to develop. And he also didn't fool Marion or Newman.
Here's Gibbs spinning forward for about a yard. One of the problems, as the tackle was reported by Ron Newman, one of the problems for Immaculate is that they've had two separate seasons. Early on, they struggled on the offensive side of things, defensively playing strong. On the other side of the coin, the second half of the season, they've struggled defensively, but offensively they've picked things up.
Well, I tell you, they're going to find it tough. I think most teams are going to find it tough, trying to run inside against this Verona even defense. Those stacked linebackers come up and fill quick. Those two guards are strong people.
Second pass of the afternoon is incomplete. Pat Ward on the coverage. The intended receiver, sophomore Gil Ross. Ross has had a very fine season. 16 catches, 263 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But that time, Pat Ward, the senior safety, was all over him.
And he hit him right at the right time. Just as soon as, watch it now, just as soon as he touches the ball, bing, here he touches the ball, bing, he gets hit. Contact is made. He had no chance to hold that ball.
Ward at 6'3", 190 pounds, can cover a lot of ground. And he was all over Ross. Another near block. Theobald's punt takes a good bounce. Cavello finally decides to pick it up at the 31. Good head and shoulder fake, and finally Ross rides him out of bounds. Greg Marion, for the second time, almost blocking the punt, and we might look down the line a little bit to see him get one as this game develops, because he has come through cleanly twice now.
You know, quarterbacks, Matt, are supposed to be, I shouldn't say sissies, you know, but they're supposed to be the pampered football player. Now, Cavello picked up that ball with the sole purpose of trying to run into somebody. You know, there was no real big yardage to be gained. He just wanted to hit somebody. Now, that isn't the nature of a quarterback. The quarterbacks I know like to avoid contact.
Verona leading 6-0, and they go to Cam Wallace, who picks up 5 yards to the 45-yard line.
Well, they're getting beaten off the ball. There's no better way to say it. You know, the Verona offensive line is just beating that Immaculate defensive line off the ball.
Some of the crowd on hand here at Verona enjoying the way things have gone thus far. For so many years, the great Al Rotella roamed the sidelines at Verona, and I was saying earlier that with all due respect to those who followed him, Richie Sanfilippo and Kevin Cardi and now Alex Kaplanovich, it doesn't quite seem like a true Verona game without Al around.
Well, I tell you, he provided a lot of shade, Al did, didn't he?
And you're a good friend.
Oh, yeah. Still hear from Al once in a while.
He's bleeding Tennessee orange somewhere. We know that. Yes, he is.
He's one of a kind. I remember him at his retirement dinner singing, "I'll Do It My Way." What a great night that was.
That is Al to a T. All right, third down and about 2.5. 4:47 to go in the first quarter, and the Lions make a defensive stand as the pitch goes out to Wallace, but the senior is nailed for a loss on the play, loss of about a yard. It'll be 4th and 4. And a punting situation as the defense comes up big. Al Florence leading the charge. Florence, an interesting story, played as a freshman, did not play as a sophomore or a junior, and has come out and has had a nice season in his final campaign. Cavello is the punter, handles the high snap. And the ball bouncing down inside the 20-yard line, down at the 19. So with 4:10 to go in the first quarter, Verona with the lead of 6-0. Matt Laughlin and Bill Horry on hand, along with Steve Tober. A little later on, Steve's going to explain in detail the playoff picture, but basically these are the top 4 teams. Cedar Grove has 37 points entering today's game. Butler with 35.25 points entering today's game. Roselle Park just behind the Bulldogs. Verona in 4th with 30. Basically, if Roselle Park and Verona win today, they're in. Otherwise, Mountain Lakes and Kinnelon, who are playing each other today, one of those teams have a chance to get into the playoffs. But Steve will go into detail at the end of the first quarter, actually at the start of the second quarter. Dancing his way forward for a gain of about 7 yards is Kevin Gibbs.
Very good run now. He he lost his footing there. Maybe he would have got bigger yardage, but good head fake in here. Good head fake. Watch him now. He's got the ball in one hand. That's a little dangerous. But there he almost goes down. Verona defender slips, and there he kind of threads his way through that secondary for a 13-yard gain, or a 7-yard gain. Just ran a lot.
It was about 13 from the point he got the ball, but 7 from the line of scrimmage. Reggie Johnson with the call, and he is close to a first down.
You know, when you're an underdog like Immaculate is, there's no secret. The longer you keep the ball, the longer you keep the game tight, the better chance you have of winning the ball game. I know he has some surprises. I know that coach of Immaculate. I know he's going to, I know Finnegan has something up his sleeve. I know he's going to do something different.
It is a first down, 1st and 10. Nose of the ball at the 30-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go here at Verona in the first quarter. Once again, it is Gibbs bowling his way forward for about 4.
You see, the theory of that kind of an offensive set is to spread the defense. And the defense obviously has to cover man-to-man. They've got to spread. They split the end on one side. They got 2 flankers on the other side. They've got to loosen up the secondary just to be careful of the slant patterns, you know. And so what they do is they spread the defense quite a bit, and they hope that they can break Gibbs someplace inside tackle for a long game.
You see the clock in the corner. Pitch to Gibbs. Theobald out on the lead block. Anthony DeSantis brings Gibbs down at the 35-yard line. DeSantis not big, 5'9", 170-pounder, but he's quick. He's a sticker.
Yep. Both teams have their share of kids that like to put their nose in, so to speak, that like to knock people down. I watched both practices, and I was impressed by the way both teams hit. Big down, 3rd and 5 now.
DeSantis, by the way, is also a straight-A student. That's really not a by-the-way note.
Yeah.
That's something he should be very proud of. Scott Wolf on the pitch as they go the other way. Wolf bouncing to the outside, short of a first down. I thought for a moment there, Bill, that last move to the outside was going to get him enough yardage, but he was brought down by Ken Jennings, the junior end, 6'1", 190-pounder.
Well, the person that was the most effective in stopping that play was Mr. Sideline.
Jennings, a 2-year starter at that spot, forces the punt, the 3rd of the afternoon for Gene Theobald. Again, Covello back, standing inside his 40-yard line.
And they've been close in terms of blocking this kick both times.
This
a little
time,
better that time.
Yeah. Here's Covello from the 37-yard line. He's got tremendous speed. He was pushed down to the ground by Phil Hunt, but Covello gives the Hillbillies fine field position inside Immaculate territory at the 47-yard line.
I tell you, when you take your quarterback and your second most best ground gainer and use him to return punts, you got to assume that he is a tough kid.
And with speed.
And with speed. Yep.
Our cameraman dancing out of the way. Jerry McManus. You can catch that act most Friday evenings at your neighborhood bar or tavern also, by the way, but on Saturdays he
They call him the dancing cameraman.
Here's the pitch to Anico, slipping in the backfield and falls down at the line of scrimmage. Phil Hunt will get credit for a tackle since he was there to apply the touch as Anico was going down. Heavy rain on Thursday. Yesterday a cool day but a sunny day, but the heavy rain showing their effect as the first quarter comes to an end. So John Finnegan's club yielded a touchdown on the first drive, but they've stiffened up defensively since. They've had trouble mustering an offense, though. It's 6-0 after 1. We'll be back right after this.